Fans are discussing incessantly about the surprising rumors that are circulating in the reality TV world. Rumor has it that Rasheeda, who is strong and has keen intuition, may have challenged Kirk about a supposed pregnancy with a different lady. According to reports, the atmosphere was tense as close friends and family members tried to make sense of the circulating allegations. Fans are surprised and desperate for answers as a result of these reports, which have sparked conjecture even though no one can verify the reality. Is this a narrative driven by rumors and misinterpretation? Or might it be another turn in the never-ending drama of reality TV? Insiders say the couple's closest friends and family had been noticing subtle clues for weeks, including late-night meetings, mysterious texts, and mysterious absences. According to reports, Rasheeda's pals suspected something was wrong and alluded to possible conflicts that might be developing behind the scenes. Fans have been analyzing every social media post, video clip, and public appearance online for signs of truth, which has fueled contentious debates and heated discussions. The stakes are higher since family dynamics, loyalty, and trust are all on the line. Fans start to wonder what might be going on because every gesture, look, and whispered chat appears to hold a lot of weight. One topic dominates the discussion as the accusations circulate. What does this imply for Kirk and the woman at the center of these claims? And how will Rasheeda respond to the supposed betrayal? Everyone is paying close attention to the drama as it develops. Fans and insiders are enthralled with every turn as the tension between Rasheeda and Kirk reaches previously unheard of heights. Rumors about a potential pregnancy with another woman started to circulate weeks ago, and the conjecture has only been more strong over time. Kirk's late-night calls, private meetings, and cryptic messages that raised eyebrows were among the minor changes in his conduct that the couple's acquaintances noticed. The family was split. Some expressed worry, while others remained doubtful, uncertain of the true nature of the situation. The implications of these rumors went well beyond the relationship, and the emotional stakes were high. According to insiders, Rasheeda became more watchful, sensing that something wasn't right. According to acquaintances, she exhibited distrust, dissatisfaction, and a desire to find out the truth in private chats. According to a close acquaintance, she could feel the tension. It wasn't just rumors. It was in his demeanor, his responses to inquiries, and the atmosphere in the room. The emotional burden was enormous, and followers were quick to pick up on tiny clues, like looks in social media posts or body language during appearances. She sensed something was building, and she wasn't going to ignore it. Insiders claimed that Kirk's actions revealed a complex combination of defensiveness, guilt, and reassurance seeking. According to pals, he wavered between downplaying the problem and voicing worry about the possible consequences during private chats. He knows people are watching, and he knows Rasheeda's instincts are sharp, one source clarified. Every little gesture, giggle, or pause seemed to have weight, producing an almost cinematic tension that fans couldn't get enough of. Even though he's trying to handle this delicately, the dynamics of the family were significantly impacted. According to reports, Rasheeda's family members were always on guard, keeping an eye on conversations and trying to determine the truth. As everyone tried to figure out what might be going on behind closed doors, whispers, subliminal remarks, and private messages became the norm. As one relative put it, it's like navigating a minefield. Every action counts, and every word matters. Nobody knows exactly what's real, but we're all watching and waiting. This increased awareness heightened emotions, fostering an atmosphere that was ready for conflict and confrontation. Despite not being personally participating, rumors claim that Yandi's circle developed into a center for conjecture and analysis, as they tried to piece together the puzzle from tidbits of information that came through social media and private channels. Friends recalled feeling a mix of intrigue, worry, and anticipation. Private discussions frequently focused on potential results, public opinion, and the emotional toll on all parties. It's exhausting just trying to follow along, one pal acknowledged. Fans reflected this enthusiasm by analyzing posts, images, and videos for any hidden meaning. saying that every detail matters and you never know which one could change the story entirely, according to reports. A particularly tense incident happened at a private event. Insiders recounted an occasion in which Rasheeda questioned Kirk about the purported pregnancy, with emotions running high and small gestures saying a lot. The mood was strained. According to friends, Kirk's first reaction was apprehensive, followed by defensive justifications and an effort to reassure. Everyone in the room apparently felt uneasy due to the intensity of the interaction, knowing that they were seeing a potentially life-altering discovery. Fans jumped on the tail right once, watching videos, evaluating exchanges, and discussing how sincere each gesture and phrase was, according to reports. There was friction in Kirk's private chats with the woman who was the subject of the rumors. Friends talked of interactions where feelings were running high and the conversations were dominated by hesitancy, worry, and anxiety. According to sources, these discussions frequently took place behind closed doors, which increased tension and fueled rumors. Eager for any hint, fans conjectured incessantly, using small facts as evidence of more significant realities. These intimate moments, emotional intricacy, gave the drama more depth and gave the developing plot a sense of urgency and wiltaise and predictability. Subsequent family interactions also elicited strong emotions. According to reports, Rasheeda's family members addressed her about her emotions and offered consolation, counsel, and occasionally admonition. Friends observed that because of the possible ramifications of the reported pregnancy, even seemingly little conversations gained emotional weight. Insiders recounted moments in which anxiety and amusement coexisted. Light-hearted discussions were interspersed with incisive inquiries, and every small gesture or look seemed important. Everyone was on edge because of the family's involvement, which added layers of tension. An important factor in the drama's amplification was online communities. Every social media post, public appearance, and video clip was examined by followers who were looking for hints or discrepancies. Body language, timing, and subtle gestures were hotly debated topics, and opinions quickly changed. Insiders claimed that Kirk and Rasheeda were impacted by the pressure of this monitoring because they were keenly aware that people were observing and analyzing every move. The story was unavoidable due to the confluence of secrecy, conjecture, and emotional stakes. Friends also talked about times when feelings erupted into disputes and altercations. Rasheeda's annoyance reportedly erupted after one encounter when she pressed Kirk for clarification. Insiders claim that his reactions ranged from defensive to contrite, resulting in a dynamic that was tense and unpredictable. Despite being private, these conflicts had an impact on social contacts, family conversations, and internet rumors. Fans meticulously examined tone, timing, and reactions, incorporating their own interpretations into the narrative, according to reports. Even insignificant occurrences assumed inflated importance. A quick public exchange, a quick smile, or a tense look might start hours of conversation among fans, family, and friends. According to insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda were extremely conscious of the meaning behind every gesture, understanding that any slip-up may spark fresh rumors. A tense atmosphere with emotions hovering between control and anarchy was produced by the contrast between private anxiety and public performance. Friends recounted lengthy, emotionally charged conversations between Kirk and Rasheeda that veered between profound introspection, anxiety, and humor. According to reports, the topics of these discussions included emotional obligations, next moves, and handling family and public perception. According to sources, the gravity of the situation permeated every conversation, every look, and every word spoken. Online admirers echoed this fervor, viewing each post and narrative as a possible disclosure. The intricacy of relationships with friends and extended family was also brought to light by insiders. According to reports, a network of conjecture and increased emotional awareness was produced by hushed discussions, nuanced facial expressions, and tense times. According to reports, every meeting, get-together, and casual interaction was examined for hidden meaning, fostering an environment where feelings were running high and every gesture was significant. Fans were enthralled with the drama as it unfolded because of the tension, suspense, and emotional stakes that combined to create an almost cinematic atmosphere. Lastly, it was noted that personal thoughts showed the profound emotional toll on Rasheeda and Kirk. Efforts at affection, comfort, and strategic planning were entwined with times of vulnerability, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. According to sources, every interaction was fraught with meaning as the pair faced the full weight of surveillance, secrecy, and emotional stakes. Fans were unable to look away from the drama of confrontation, treachery, and emotional depth as it developed because of the tension, suspense, and conjecture. Everyone in their vicinity seemed on edge as the tension between Rasheeda and Kirk seemed to grow more intense every day. Insiders recounted instances during informal gatherings where awkward silences swiftly replaced laughter, and even seemingly innocent talks were tinged with suspicion. According to reports, the claimed pregnancy rumors pervaded every encounter, generating a sense of suspense and doubt. While fans analyzed every video, picture, and social media post in search of evidence, friends and relatives kept a tight eye on things, fearing a confrontation would break out at any time. According to a close friend, you could feel it in the air. Every look, every silence, every word counted. Everyone seemed to be treading carefully in anticipation of the following revelation. The tension was nearly palpable. According to insiders, Kirk frequently failed to keep things regular, and his nervousness was shown in small gestures. It has been observed that even brief exchanges of normal talk became charged with meaning, leaving friends and relatives uncertain about how to explain his actions. Online admirers reflected this hesitancy by looking for subliminal messages or contradictions in videos, posts, and captions. According to reports, private conversations became heated, with Kirk juggling a difficult balance of defense and explanation while Rasheeda demanded answers. Insiders recounted intensely emotional events in which lengthy meetings were interspersed with tears, heated voices, and pointed questions. Friends observed that Rasheeda's instincts and Kirk's attempts to comfort frequently clashed, resulting in an emotional roller coaster that left both of them exhausted. The already tense situation was further complicated by reports that the family was split, with some members supporting Rasheeda and others advising prudence. According to reports, even ordinary public appearances carried a great deal of emotional weight. Fans closely examined every social media post, video clip, and casual conversation, looking for nuances in tone of voice, body language, and facial expressions. According to sources, Kirk and Rasheeda were well aware of this scrutiny and deliberately regulated their behavior to control perception while resolving personal conflict. Insiders characterized the atmosphere as being almost cinematic in intensity due to the combination of secret, public performance, and high-stakes emotion. Additionally, acquaintances revealed that Kirk and the woman at the heart of the claims had private communications. These conversations were said to be tense, hesitant, and emotionally complex, which increased the tension and stoked fan conjecture. According to sources, mutual friends kept a tight eye on these conversations in an effort to predict outcomes and assess intent without getting involved. Every interaction has meaning because of the atmosphere generated by the emotional stakes and secrecy. The scenario was further complicated by familial relationships. Rasheeda's family members allegedly exhibited worry, rage, and incredulity while also making an effort to remain composed. Everyone in the family was attempting to strike a careful balance between support, observation, and intervention. And private meetings, whispered discussions, and calculated interventions became commonplace. Friends characterized the atmosphere as tight and uncertain, with allegiance continually put to the test and emotions running high, according to reports. A particularly emotional moment happened at a casual meeting. According to insiders, Rasheeda confronted Kirk directly during the exchange, asking probing questions regarding the purported pregnancy. According to reports, Kirk's reactions varied from defensive to contrite, with small motions indicating worry and distress. Friends and relatives were reportedly shocked by the emotional intensity of the exchange, realizing that they were seeing a potentially crucial moment. Online admirers analyzed every detail and debated potential interpretations of the clips right away. According to reports, feelings also permeated private disputes. Friends recounted instances in which Kirk tried to appease, defend, or explain Rasheeda's dissatisfaction. These exchanges were marked by heated body language, tears, and rising voices, which created an unpredictable and high-stakes environment. According to insiders, the pressure on both parties was increased by the knowledge that fans and larger social circles were observing, which added to the emotional intensity. According to reports, even everyday encounters started to represent more serious problems. Brief exchanges, quick physical contact, and nuanced facial expressions were taken to be signs of remorse, worry, or purpose. Friends observed that Rasheeda and Kirk were extremely sensitive to these nuances, and that small blunders could turn into more serious altercations. Family participation, friend conjecture, and fan scrutiny raised the emotional stakes and made every moment seem crucial. Insiders also detailed strategic discussions about timing, handling fallout, and possible public recognition. According to reports, Kirk and Rasheeda considered the social and emotional ramifications of each choice, alternating between humorous, tense, and deeply felt exchanges. Despite being hidden from the public, these private discussions are said to have had a big influence on the story as it developed, affecting fan perception, social connections, and family interactions. Friends emphasized the emotional toll on Rasheeda and Kirk. Attempts at assurance, planning, and laughter were entwined with times of dread, doubt, and dissatisfaction. According to insiders, the mix of secrecy, conjecture, and emotional stakes produced a situation that was both demanding and captivating, retaining viewers' complete attention and emotional investment in the drama as it developed. According to reports, tensions in private family contacts persisted. A tense environment where emotions were running high and every action had significance was created by hushed conversations, subtle body language, and increased awareness. Insiders recounted confrontational and reconciling events, with each exchange deepening the story's complexities. Online fans continued to be very involved, dissecting every event, speculating on possible outcomes, and assessing the ramifications of every interaction. Lastly, insiders claimed that the emotional terrain was ever-changing. Laughter could swiftly turn into anger, kindness into stress, and composure into conflict. Friends saw the couple as negotiating a labyrinth of secret, conjecture, and intense emotion, where every choice and exchange had the power to alter the trajectory of events. The drama remained intense, unpredictable, and unavoidable due to the combination of private strife, family participation, and fan monitoring. Insiders reported further tense moments behind closed doors, suggesting that the animosity between Rasheeda and Kirk had reached unprecedented heights. Friends spoke of nights when the air was heavy with expectation, as though everyone could sense that a fight was about to break out. Even insignificant comments seemed to be burdened with secret meaning, and uneasy silences frequently replaced carefree laughing. According to reports, the couple's relationships with friends, family, and one another were negatively impacted by speculations of another woman's pregnancy. Every public appearance, social media post, and video clip was examined by fans online for proof of the drama that was developing. It was like walking into a room full of tension, disclosed a close friend. Every look, gesture, and hesitancy seemed to be amplified. Insiders claimed that Kirk's actions were a reflection of the pressure he was under. Juggling this supposed circumstance, the responses of people closest to him, and the scrutiny of fans, you could feel that something important was about to happen. But no one knew exactly what. The sensation that something important was being hidden was exacerbated by guarded body language, subtle signals of nervousness, and deliberate word choice. Private discussions apparently became more intense. Rasheeda reportedly pressed Kirk on questions that friends characterized as emotional and incisive, demanding clarification. Insiders claim that Kirk's answers vacillated between defensive justifications and hesitant assurances, resulting in a tug-of-war dynamic that left both sides worn out. Friends observed that there was a dramatic intensity that insiders likened to a reality TV climax, with tears-heated voices and frustrated gestures frequently punctuating these moments. The problem was made more complex by family participation. According to reports, Rasheeda's family members found it difficult to balance preserving her feelings with appreciating Kirk's viewpoint. Every interaction was made more tense by the frequent use of strategic interventions, attentive observation, and whispered conversations. According to insiders, family members have tried to negotiate, sometimes with success, and other times by unintentionally intensifying the conflict because of the emotional complexities of these relationships. Kirk and Rasheeda were under constant pressure to consider the effects of their acts on their personal networks. According to reports, a particularly stressful incident happened at a private get-together with close pals. Insiders recounted a moment in which Rasheeda addressed Kirk with the supposed pregnancy, with intense emotion and close scrutiny of every word and look. Kirk allegedly responded cautiously, showing subtle symptoms of concern mixed with his attempts at reassure. It was reported that the friends and relatives who were there felt the intensity, since they knew they were seeing a significant event. Online fans responded right once, dissecting images and videos for hints that might be buried, which fueled more conjecture and conversation. According to reports, Kirk and the woman at the heart of the rumors had tense private conversations. Friends spoke of conversations in which hesitancy, fear, and careful consideration predominated, resulting in an emotionally charged and extremely combustible environment, according to sources. The drama was heightened by the secrecy of these exchanges, as fans and friends attempted to decipher the all-meaning of cryptic comments and ephemeral gestures. The underlying tension was said to intensify even ordinary social encounters. Casual comments, brief physical contact, or nuanced facial expressions may cause friends and family to speculate, argue, or respond emotionally. According to insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda were well aware of this and believed that every interaction, no matter how minor, had significance. The suspense and anticipation surrounding the story were further heightened by followers who shared this awareness and interpreted every element as a possible disclosure. Private family times were said to be dominated by emotional highs and lows. Laughter was frequently punctuated by tears, frustration, or periods of deep introspection. According to insiders, the couple handled every encounter with caution and understanding of the possible repercussions, sparing the burden of surveillance, secrecy, and emotional stakes. Friends observed that meaningful conversations might be sparked by even short interactions, altering the emotional tone of entire events. The rumors of altercations persisted. According to insiders, conflicts over responsibility, scheduling, a communication might flare up at any time, further raising tensions. Fans created situations that spanned from heartbreaking confessions to furious altercations, speculating endlessly and looking for hidden meaning in every detail. The emotional stakes were raised by family members' involvement, which produced a tense atmosphere where every choice and conversation seemed to be exaggerated. According to reports, in a particularly illuminating private session, Kirk tried to soothe Rasheeda and explain his intentions while she was looking for concrete answers. According to insiders, there were moments of emotional vulnerability that exposed the intricacy of the issue, along with a mixture of frustration, anxiety, and hesitant comprehension. Friends described the discussion as both draining and enlightening, providing insights into the personal challenges of both sides. Fans enthusiastically analyzed leaked material online, crafting stories that fueled the continuing conjecture. According to reports, even routine occurrences had emotional significance. Insiders and fans may speculate, argue, and react emotionally to a quick social gathering, a casual greeting, or a quick smile. According to sources, Kirk and Rasheeda were acutely aware of these dynamics and understood that each mistake may fuel new rumors or strife. Every conversation seemed important because of the heated atmosphere created by the harmony between personal feelings and public opinion. According to reports, strategic talks were in progress, with an emphasis on timing, possible public recognition, and handling the social and personal fallout. According to reports, Kirk and Rasheeda carefully considered each option, alternating between humorous, tense, and very reflective times. Insiders claimed that, although being hidden from the public, these private conversations had a significant impact on the story as it developed, affecting social interactions, family dynamics, and fan perception. The emotional toll of these intimate times was brought to light by friends. Attempts at humor, planning, and comfort were intertwined with feelings of anxiety, uncertainty, irritation, and anticipation. Insiders claim that the mix of emotional stakes, conjecture, and secrecy made for an engrossing, draining, and unavoidable situation. Online admirers kept up with every step, reading insider stories, public appearances, and social media posts as fragments of a complicated narrative that was developing. Lastly, insiders disclosed that emotionally intense exchanges frequently took place during private family dinners and get-togethers. Every movement mattered in this atmosphere of ephemeral looks, whispered discussions, and delicate gestures. Another element of stress was added when insiders pointed out that Kirk and Rasheeda were aware of the public's and their inner circles monitoring. Fans and insiders alike were left wondering what would happen next, as the plot remained intriguing due to the TL combination of secrecy, anticipation, and high emotional stakes. According to insiders, feelings were running higher than ever as the story of Rasheeda and Kirk grew more intense. Friends and relatives watched every contact with wary expectation, making even routine occasions seem tense. Small gestures or delicate facial expressions were taken as possible clues to hidden realities, and informal discussions frequently descended into heated arguments. According to reports, the couple's everyday life were negatively impacted by the supposed pregnancy rumors, which affected not only their personal relationships but also the conduct of those around them. People were riveted, following every development online and dissecting every detail for hints about the unfolding drama. According to reports, Rasheeda and Kirk's private discussions increased in frequency and intensity. Insiders recounted interactions that were characterized by moments of hesitant comprehension, vulnerability, and exasperation. Rasheeda was alleged to have demanded clarification, posing incisive and persistent queries that compelled Kirk to strike a careful balance between explanation, reassurance, and emotional control. According to acquaintances, these exchanges frequently involved sobs, loud shouts, and subtly comforting or apologetic gestures, resulting in a complicated and erratic emotional terrain. Family relationships increased the level of stress. According to reports, Rasheeda's family members were divided between defending her, going up against Kirk, and attempting to resolve the conflict. The emotional stakes increased as covert observations, whispered talks, and efforts at calculated intervention became commonplace. According to friends, even informal get-togethers were tense with expectation, because everyone in the room appeared to know that a conflict or revelation might occur at any time. Conflict, ambiguity, and dramatic escalation were all made possible by the tension between loyalty and curiosity. Rasheeda allegedly confronted Kirk directly about the supposed pregnancy at one especially tense private gathering. The mood, according to sources, was electrifying, with emotions running high and every word, glance, and pause being closely examined. Rasheeda allegedly asked incisive and unrelenting questions, while Kirk's answers were circumspect, tinged with anxiety and sporadic attempts at confidence. It was reported that the friends and relatives in attendance felt the pressure of the situation, believing that the conversation might be a watershed in their relationship. Every clip was instantly broken down by admirers online, who analyzed the tone, facial expressions, and body language, leading to heated discussion and conjecture. According to reports, Kirk and the woman at the heart of the rumors had tense private conversations. Insiders recounted discussions that were characterized by hesitancy, nervousness, and cautious compromise, which added to the tension and fueled the gossip. According to reports, mutual friends attempted to decipher the meaning of these exchanges without immediately stepping in, which further complicated the social dynamics. Online admirers enthusiastically followed every new development, transforming even the smallest detail into a topic for conjecture and hypothesis. According to reports, even routine social encounters carried a significant mental burden. Brief exchanges, informal body language, and transient facial expressions were taken to suggest intent, worry, or remorse. According to insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda were extremely conscious of the attention that was on them, and knew that each mistake they made may lead to more rumors or conflict. Every moment felt significant in the tense atmosphere, created by the conflict between personal feelings and public opinion, private conversations, and family. Get-togethers were said to be dominated by emotional highs and lows. Tension, frustration, and contemplation were interspersed with laughing, and confrontation was punctuated by tears and reassuring gestures. According to sources, the couple was always juggling the pressures of secrecy, conjecture, and intense emotion, since they knew that every exchange may change the course of their story. Friends observed that seemingly insignificant interactions could lead to deep conversations, intensify feelings, or completely alter dynamics. The persistent speculations of possible conflicts increased the pressure. According to reports, there was almost continual uncertainty due to disputes about scheduling, accountability, and communication. While family members tried to step in or mediate, fans conjectured endlessly, picturing everything from heartbreaking confessions to furious arguments. Tension stayed high due to the interaction of secrecy, emotional stakes, and public interest. Insiders revealed vulnerable moments during private discussions between Rasheeda and Kirk. According to reports, these conversations showed a mix of annoyance, hesitant comprehension, and cautious compromise. Friends observed that, although emotionally draining, these conversations offered insights into the inner workings of their relationship, demonstrating how both parties handled the rumor-filled atmosphere strategically and cautiously. The situation became more intense as followers examined every post, video, and social media contact for information online. According to reports, even ordinary everyday exchanges have enormous significance. A quick look, informal touch, or momentary expression could lead to endless fan theories and arguments among friends and family. According to insiders, Kirk and Rasheeda were always conscious of these dynamics and meticulously adjusted their actions to strike a balance between their own feelings and how the public saw them. Every aspect felt significant because of the nearly dramatic intensity created by the combination of scrutiny, secrecy, and emotional stakes. According to reports, deliberate talks about timing, controlling public perception, and minimizing any repercussions were still going on. Kirk and Rasheeda are said to have carefully considered each choice, shifting between humor, introspection, and rigorous consideration. According to acquaintances, these private discussions affected not only interpersonal relationships but also family dynamics, public appearances, and internet fan speculation. The pair was negotiating a complicated web of devotion, curiosity, and high-stakes concealment. An insider said the emotional burden was enormous. Friends emphasized the significant emotional cost to both sides. Reassurance, giving gestures, laughter, and meticulous preparation were intermingled with feelings of fear, impatience, uncertainty, and anticipation. Insiders stressed that the scenario was both demanding and captivating, and that the drama was drawing in fans, friends, and family. Tension and suspense were maintained by closely examining and interpreting even small occurrences as possible turning moments, Lastly, it was said that intimate family get-togethers became arenas for intensely personal exchanges. Every word or movement seemed important in this atmosphere of whispered remarks, nuanced body language, and increased concentration. Insiders pointed out that there was an additional layer of stress because Kirk and Rasheeda were keenly aware of the scrutiny from both their inner groups and the general public. As the story of purported treachery and unspoken pregnancy developed with unrelenting intensity, viewers were kept enthralled and completely immersed in every encounter, disclosure, and emotional turn thanks to the combination of secret, anticipation, and emotional stakes. One thing is evident from the raging rumors about Rasheeda and Kirk. The drama has viewers on the edge of their seats. Emotions are at an all-time high, and loyalties are being put to the test. The stakes are quite high, and the stress feels palpable. Regardless of whether these claims regarding another woman's pregnancy are real or just inflated rumors, every look, every private discussion, and every subtly posted information on social media has generated conjecture, keeping viewers enthralled and anticipating the next disclosure as they attempt to negotiate the complex web of secret, gossip, and possible heartbreak. Friends and family have been dragged into the upheaval, with responses ranging from indignation to wary observation. Private conversations, incisive inquiries, and deliberate interventions have produced a climate in which tensions are high and the next altercation seems inevitable. Fans have been closely observing every action, dissecting every gesture, and engaging in never-ending debate over what might actually be going on behind closed doors. It's your chance to comment now. Is Kirk's reported affair with another woman legitimate, in your opinion? Or is this just another development in the continuous reality TV story? Your opinion counts and contributes to the discussion, so please share your opinions in the comments section below. Remember to subscribe to our channel to be informed of every startling development and to like this video to show your support. The drama just gets more intense with every new event. Thus, the story is far from over. You won't want to miss a second of this emotional roller coaster. So keep an eye out because the next revelation might be more explosive than anything we've seen thus far.